We got another video. This one is called When Spring Break Turns into a Humiliation Ritual. Bro, let me tell you something about spring break in Houston. I'm in San Antonio. Bro, all I heard was people getting into fights. At spring break, people was wearing basically nothing, like see-through clothes. See-through clothes. But people were getting scammed out there by like a booking agency or something. Like they would say that you would pay in advance somebody on Instagram. I don't know why anybody would trust in business over Instagram when it comes to like clubs and stuff like that, and buying a section like that just don't sound right to me. But I never done that. But hey, I don't know. Maybe there's some legitimacy in that. But buying a section via Instagram DMs, and then when they get to the club, they talking about, oh, this person here said we had a section, and then the bouncer's like, you not on the list. You not on the list. So now you got scammed out of however much money, probably hundreds of dollars, and you ain't getting in the club. You wasted time, money. You wasted outfits. You probably got freshened up, look dolled up, all for it just to be a scam and can't get in the club. That's tough.
Nasty. Spring break in Houston has to be a humiliation ritual. I thought spring break was supposed to be fun, but people are catching the clap, the burn, the Rona. Best case scenario, you just ended up getting scammed. Unfortunately for some of these individuals, they'll be burning for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all right now, if we don't leave Houston with an STD, we ain't.
Please stop playing with your life. Please, okay? Not all STDs are curable. In fact, there are a couple that will literally slowly kill you.
Now I have to download this app to text this man to tell him to call me. And then when he gets on my phone, I have to say, hey, I tested positive for HIV. Not only that, but you probably gave it to me because there's literally nowhere else I could have got.
She will always remember Houston spring break.
That cold sores. Not cold sores.
This is a serious topic. Take y'all to them place where y'all come back from Houston. Y'all and all them up there sucking or whatever y'all think y'all doing to the y'all don't even know. Check them mic charts, man. Cause it is going on out here. Motherfuckers getting clapped when they coming back. You feel me? I will not be out any I talk to, I will be checking mic charts. And I ain't playing it.
You know the worst part about this is who's recording it. This isn't a stranger or some random person on the street. This is someone who is close to her, riding in the same car. With friends like these, you don't need enemies. Spring break might get canceled because people don't know how to act.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the quiet thing out loud, and without all the vitriol that some of the other videos may have. Y'all are going to see to it that spring break is canceled across the country in the years to come. And not
you know what? It should be canceled across the country because they had to enforce laws in Miami, where I'm from. There's no more spring break in Miami. They cut all that out. They said, you're not about to come up here, litter, party, get into fights, get drunk, tear up stuff, go to jail, fill up all the jails, and think y'all finna just leave. They cut all that out. So I just genuinely don't see the point in spring break, like the spring break chaos. Like we going to spring break Houston, spring break Miami, or wherever the hell they going. I don't see it. Like, I don't see the fun in none of that. Cause y'all standing around on y'all phones. Y'all go to a pool party, nobody in the pool. Everybody on their phones. Just music, hot air, and people on their phones. That don't seem fun to me.
That schools won't have spring break because everybody needs a vacation, but states are going to start banning spring break travelers. They are going to start denying the insurgents of cash and putting the safety and the well-being and their community first. It makes no sense how thousands, and Houston said it was a record-breaking number of people in Houston for spring break and the chaos that y'all caused. And all this is not in the spirit of partying and having a good time. The parties, y'all aren't partying, y'all not dancing, y'all are literally going to a state that already has a booming system in the sense of who lives there, their economy, and you're dragging it down. Everywhere your crowds go, there's fights, there's lewd acts, there's drinking. And some people may say, well, that's spring break. No, it's not.
And how was that spring break? How is getting drunk, not knowing, and then waking up not knowing where you was or what you did last night? How is that fun? I don't get that. How is getting into fights fun? How is getting drunk, getting into fights, possibly like losing your teeth if you get hit? Like, how is that fun? I don't get how that's fun.
No, it's not. And the problem is that there's a growing number of instances that every time a certain group of individuals between the ages of 19 and 30 get together in these spaces, and 30 is kind of pushing it, because if you're 30, you technically, this is not your spring break, but I'm saying 30 because who am I to say who's in school and what age, right? When y'all get
Man, come on. At a certain point, you gotta grow up. 30, hitting the streets, talking about we finna turn up, we finna get drunk, we finna go to the club, we finna go to the pool party, we finna do this and that, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. You too old, and you not too old, you too grown to be doing that. You just too grown to be doing that, man. Come on, man. You gonna go to a pool party, you gonna go to a party and mingle with some 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds? That's what you gonna do at 30 years old? Come on, man.
together in these mass droves, all of a sudden y'all think it's reality TV show time. Y'all think that a camera is watching. Y'all are being totally reckless on the roadways. Y'all are causing accidents. Y'all are fighting everywhere you go. Y'all are literally carrying yourselves like a bunch of wild animals. And I will not be surprised if states start to really say, no. When spring break time comes up and you guys start booking hotels, those hotels are going to start requiring that you upload your driver's license or a form of ID prior to booking. And trust me, they are going to start denying your stay or making it extremely expensive to stay there for that week, right? As far as how these clubs are acting, that's a whole different conversation. But the number of y'all who went to Houston and acted as though you were raised in barns needs to be studied. And let's not talk about the numbers that's going to come out in the weeks to come about how many STDs y'all got. I am 100% sure that Houston is a super spreader event of some.
Oh yeah, wasn't Houston or one of the cities in Texas was like on the list for the number one state or the number one city? No, I think it was the number one state or number one city to have HIV positive or STDs, like the number one state to have the most STDs. I think it was, yeah, it was a city in Texas. I forgot which city it was. So now y'all just, I think it was Houston, but now y'all just amplifying it by doing this spring break nonsense.
Something. And something that a lot of y'all ain't gonna be able to get rid of. Y'all better stop going places and acting up and acting like animals just because you think that it's a number of you guys and it's okay. It's not okay. It's embarrassing.
I understand where she's coming from, but that's up to the government, not the businesses. If anything, they want it to be bigger next year. Do you really think that these businesses care about people's safety? No.
They don't care about people's safety, no, but you can't run a business when every time that it's peak season, like for your business to like boom, people are fighting, looting, stealing, arguments are breaking out, people are destroying property, people running out on the tab. Like, how can you run a business like that? Like, that's gonna bring more negativity than positivity, though. Like, I get like the business is booming, people and tourists gonna be coming, but if you live in like a highly populated area where tourists are going to be at, then you run the risk of like fights breaking out, people walking in your store and stealing, or people running out on their tab if you like run a bar or something like that. Do they companies or businesses really want to run the risk of that? I don't think so.
They want your money. Unless the city steps in like in Miami, this will only be bigger next year. People were getting freaky just to say they got freaky.
This past weekend was filled with nothing but Jezebels and warlocks coming together. Everybody complaining about the shooting, the wild SEX parties, just all of the wild shit and stuff that was going on. Like, man, if you was in Houston this weekend, you was out there. If you was in Houston this weekend, in the mix of everything, you exactly who I'm talking to. Because people who are really in touch with the creator, who are really woke, ain't going to nothing like that. Why would you go to some place where all these millions of people that drink, smoke, party, that like drama, chaos, BS, all these folks linking up and coming to one spot? What do you think's gonna happen? It ain't gonna be nothing but BS. I would never go to no spring break crap, man. I did this stuff one time in college, man, and it felt like I was in hell. Went to the beach, these folks were having orgies. They was smoking, doing coke. They were doing all type of stuff. Having all type of unprotected SEX in between alleyways with strangers, then walking off. Like, just doing all type of stuff. I was literally seeing people just sleep with people and lick people's ASS on the beach. Like, just licking different girls' butts and women sucking and licking different dudes and stuff like.
Yeah, see, that's what that they see. This is why the city, I think the city needs to step in, because yang, bro, y'all gotta keep that, like, y'all. And people were protesting against Diddy. People were like, oh, Diddy needs to be ashamed of himself. Diddy needs to go to jail. People were calling people Diddy, but y'all the real Diddies out here. Y'all secretly Diddies. Y'all secretly Diddies. Y'all people be sucking and y'all have a different person every day. Y'all the real Diddies. What type of freakalicious person are you to eat someone's behind on the first, not even in the first day, in the first hour of meeting them, you already face in they behind? That's some trifling stuff. You don't know where this man been at, and you over here sucking him off? You only knew him for 30 minutes and you are already face down in his lap. That's some despicable Diddy stuff right there. You people are Diddies.
It was just wild, man. Like, that's a bad use of free will, man. It's just a bad use of free will.
Horrible use.
Jesus
of
on the
free
way
will.
back though, man.
So yeah, the lady's like, man, we don't have y'all here. I'm like, what you mean you don't have me here? She's like, your bottle girl did not put you on the list. I'm like, yeah, they sent me proof that they put me in the motherfucking group chat. I'm on the list. We're on the fucking list. They're like, ma'am, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do about it. You need to contact your bottle girl. Contact the bottle girl? Okay, let me try that. I'm calling this girl named Lovebury. I don't know her fucking name on Instagram.
And this is the video I saw that she had got scammed by a bottle girl on Instagram. She paid a girl over via Instagram DMs. Why are you conducting business over Instagram DMs? That ain't no legitimate business.
But I'm gonna attach it because I don't keep
A bunch of those people had unprotected sex. A bunch of those people contracted HIV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis. Syphilis rates are up 79%. A bunch of those people will go home thinking that they got out safe. They're clean. They will think that for months or even years. They won't get tested thinking that they have nothing. They'll have 2, 3, 9, or 10 partners. And those people will have 2, 3, 9, or 10 partners. And those people will go on to have 2, 3, 9, or 10 partners. Suddenly, there's hundreds of thousands of people with HIV, syphilis, chlamydia, gonorrhea. America is about to experience a full-blown STD epidemic. You deserve to have fun. You deserve to explore the field.
A full-blown STD epidemic, man. Pfft. No, it is not. No, it is not. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because back in the 80s, 90s, 70s, people were going into the desert and having freak-offs. These were, I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but these people go in the desert to have concert. And these concerts would be days on end. And I forgot what it's called. It's called something. I'm pretty sure somebody would know what I'm talking about, where these people go into the desert and they would have concerts, and it would just be a cesspool of people just having intercourse, and then the porta potties got overflown and people were just using the bathroom like right there on the desert. This was I believe in the 80s or 90s. It was either the 80s or the 90s. Like, people have been doing this before I was born and before you was born. This ain't finna have no STD epidemic. I don't know what she on. There ain't no STD epidemic about to happen. Do you know this was going on 10 times worse back then? Because we didn't have social media. You can't go look on social media. It was like, you can go look on social media and be like, you was at the Houston spring break thing? Yeah, no, I'm not dealing with you. Back then, you really didn't know. Was they at a freak off? Or what's it called? A Freaknik. You didn't know if they was at a Freaknik or not.
And I hope if y'all went to Houston, y'all going to get checked. And I don't mean tomorrow. I mean wait a couple of days to go get checked because it ain't going to show up the next day. But y'all need to be at the health units ASA because ain't no way in the hell y'all was in Houston riding and grinding and dining and sucking and doing all this extra shit. Like, fuck, where they do that at? Then people was getting scammed. I saw a girl on here did a whole story time. She got laced, but she went with a whole group of people that she didn't know were her friends' cousins. And they was all weird. They laced the fuck out her drink, then beat her up and everything. Like, this girl is in a hospital and everything. Like, this crazy as hell. Like, it's too much going on. People, cars got caught on fire. Like, it is so dangerous out here. Like, what was y'all doing in Houston? Like, did y'all think that, I don't know what the y'all was thinking. Y'all must thought y'all was at the circus. Because I know they spring break be lit, but it was a whole different type of level. Clubs scamming people for $35, $23, $100 a section, then giving it away to the next people, which is that's something that Houston always do. But I'm just saying, God damn.
Okay, y'all, so the results are in for the 2026 spring break here in Houston. Now, if you came down to the city and visited over the spring break week, this video is for you. I need you to listen up. And for those that live here in the city, if you was out doing spring break 2026 this year, doing God knows what, well, God knows with who, you need to listen in on this video as well. Now, what I want y'all to do, I want y'all to share this video to anybody that came down to the city and visit during the 2026 spring break week. Now, what y'all about to hear, baby, when I tell you, go have your mouth wide open. Yes, I said it. Now, the results that I am about to share with y'all need to listen to these results. These are the STD, yes, I said STD, results of spring break 2026 here in Houston. Y'all listen to this. And when I come back, we're going to talk about it.
And on over spring break and all y'all going to Houston, I'm going to tell y'all what the STD rate has been from 2025 to 2026 in case you decided to go out there and hunch. Yeah, this for you. I just thought somebody was calling. Okay, syphilis has surged all the way up to 79% in the year 2025 leading into 2026. HIV has surged and increased in 17%. Gonorrhea, chlamydia has surged 32%. And the ages are from 15 to 24 years old with that. All the hot spots, so what they're saying like the main
15 to 20. Oh, sheesh. Imagine being 16 with gonorrhea. Boy.
main sources of these STDs are coming from Montrose, downtown, OSC, South Union area. The demographic is Black people, Hispanics, whites, ranging from the ages 15 to 35. Yeah, so if you went to Houston for spring break, I hope you didn't hunch nobody out there. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, I'm back. Now, I hope y'all was able to listen to that and listen to it very carefully. Now, I know y'all heard her say what areas those rates skyrocket in. Now, if you're not sure what area you visited when you came here to Houston, baby, I'm just going to tell you like this. Go get yourself checked, okay? Because I know I've seen a lot of videos, especially the men, talking about, oh, they like coming to Houston doing spring break because they say the women are easy down here in Houston. That's what they say. Now, me and you both know, if you from Houston, that's a damn lie, okay? Because ain't nothing easy about me. But anywho, you might want to go and get yourself checked. And let this be a lesson. When you go into an unfamiliar city for spring break, for vacationing, I don't care what the purpose of you going to that city for. Know who you sleeping with. Know their status. Better yet, how about you just don't go down there and sleep with nobody? How about you just go down there, vacate, have a good time, and take your ass back home, STD free? How about that? Because, baby, the way these rates have skyrocketed over the spring break week, baby, I know y'all was out here doing something strange for a piece of change. I know y'all was, because I even heard that they caught a couple of people having SEX out in the parking lot at the carnival. Yeah, especially y'all. Y'all gonna get y'all self-tested. Because I don't know where y'all from, but that's what we don't do down here in Texas.
I'm gonna cry, like, for real. And I ain't got no...
It's got scanned for sections.
Against their will, mind you. In most of the videos, the women asleep, have no idea they're being recorded in bed with a man, a boy. This is very much boy behavior. And then I just question, like, how many of these women was intoxicated? How many of these women was coerced into these beds in the first place? Like, and you recording it against their will already give creep. It already give, you have no respect for this girl. Like, are we now going to a city to sleep with people?
All right.
But the other girls that are my homegirl cousins, they were trying to avoid.
This whole situation is stupid, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you travel down to spring break, to Houston to spring break, I'm not gonna say whatever happened to you, you deserve, but gang, why are you hanging out with people you don't know? Why are you around people that you don't even, why are you trusting people you don't even know? Why are you paying people over Instagram DMs to go get a section? Why are you paying a bottle girl over Twitter, over Instagram DMs to get you in a club for a section? Why are people being freaky with people they just met? And this ain't nothing new. This gonna continue happening on. People ain't learned their lesson. People ain't learned their lesson. You think them people who went to spring break Houston learned their lesson? Hell no. Hell no. They finna do it again. The only people who learned their lesson are people who got traumatized from it. If you ain't get traumatized from it, even if you caught something, if you ain't get traumatized from it, you in your head had a good time at Houston spring break. This is some trash behavior.
You gonna love me. Now what you gonna say when it all comes back down? Girl, you're gonna love me. What you gonna do when all your love hits the ground? You gonna love me. Now what you gonna say when it all comes back down? Girl, you're gonna